Back with another episode of Pottawattamie County Roots. Hi, I'm Todd Studer. Today we're bringing Kyle Randy back into the studio because he and I recently ran some numbers showing, well, just how good the different shows we are producing here at the studios on Willow are doing, including this one, Pottawattamie County Roots. Also, taking a look at the show Morning Coffee, which is designed for Council Bluffs, and the show Mills County Roots, hosted by Carlene Hall, and that focusing on, of course, Mills County. So we wanted to see where we were at. What are we seeing? What are where are the viewers at? And how many views are we actually getting? And that is the cool thing about this platform, is we can track this stuff. You know, the way that we used to do media before, where we just, put something on the air, put it out over a 250-foot tower and just pushed it out to anybody who happened to be tuned in at the time, is not the way things work anymore. We know specifically how many views we have. We know where these people are at. We don't know their addresses or anything, but we can tell the areas in which they are, the towns in which they live. And we can see how many people are interacting with what it is that we're doing. Opening up the video, are they clicking like or share or any of the other things? We can track all of that now. And we thought, we should look at those metrics and see where we were at. And as I said, we were surprised. It was at a different level than I realized that we were. So we're going to bring you all of those numbers here very shortly as Kyle Randy is back in to talk with us on Pottawattamie County Roots. If you're looking for all natural health solutions in Southwest Iowa, visit Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market for a wide selection of vitamins, supplements, essential oils, herbal remedies, and you're going to find her in Council Bluffs at 805 South Main Street, but she's pretty much the only store around that does what she does. You can see options online at bambisgreenacres.com. It's Bambi's Green Acres Natural Market, putting health in your hands. If you're looking to buy or sell your home around Southwest Iowa, turn to Blake Hunter, your trusted realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. Blake knows the local market and is dedicated to helping you find the perfect place to call home. So if you're a first-time buyer, upgrading, or ready to sell, Blake Hunter's here to guide you every step of the way. Visit his website, blakehunter.homes. And Castle & Associates of American Family Insurance is your local insurance provider for all of your home, auto, life, business, and farm insurance needs with 4 convenient locations. They're in Trainer, they're in Council Bluffs, also Bellevue and Elkhorn, which means they're local and in your neighborhood, ready to help you navigate the complexities of insurance today. Travis and his team will educate, advise, and simplify insurance, all to make sure that you are protecting those things you cherish most. Give them a call for your free quote. Welcome, Kyle Randy, back into the studios to talk a little math today. And I was surprised with some numbers that we ran earlier today that showed where our views were on the shows across the platform, whether it be Pottawattamie County Roots, Mills County Roots, or Morning Coffee. And looking at these things, I knew roughly where our views were per show, but then when you start to actually do the math and add things up over what this has accomplished, I was shocked at the magnitude of what these numbers show and the magnitude of people that are watching and that are responding and interacting. This is not a small thing that we've pulled off here. So there you go. Do something with that.
Do something with that. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, everybody bases things off of views, but we have a extremely high engagement rate.
Yes.
It's far exceeds the industry standard.
Like,
by a lot.
Yeah, by quite a bit. I mean, by multiple hundreds of a percent. That,
yes.
Because typically engagement rate is, if industries are around 1% to 2%, they're pretty happy.
Yeah.
And we are going anywhere from 10 to as high as 17%. Yeah. With just the engagement rate. Now, and again, that's people who are physically interacting with the shows that we are producing and where we are posting them. That doesn't count for those that are interacting without clicking on something. then seeing something that they like, whether it be a sponsor or whether it be a nonprofit that we're talking about. There's a lot of passive that goes on that we can't see from that. So there's no way to track those numbers. But the numbers that we can track, engagement is unbelievably high. The number of views that we're seeing, we are on a pace for well over 1 million views annually, just off of the 3 shows, the daily shows that we are producing. And also something else to think about with that, we can see where these people are at. We can't see their address, but we know in what area that they are sitting, because being online now, we can track all of this stuff. And these are local people.
Yep.
Yeah, the local people are seeing the local programming.
I think we have, 95% just here in Iowa.
Right.
And some Omaha, and then we have some remote viewers. Shout out to somebody's mom probably for sharing stuff. That's how we get those outlier views, and that's how we get those outlier views in like Montana and a few other places, because there's family that's abroad and they're tuning in to see what's happening here locally. But
really, well over 90% we know live, work, and everything else right here locally, and that is also impressive. When I set out to create something that would be of service to a local small market area, I didn't have a good understanding about how that algorithm worked, and I was just putting it out there and letting that algorithm do its thing. But what has happened is the algorithm online is paying attention to what it is that we're doing, and it is only showing it to local people, because these are the people that have an interest in what's happening locally. When you're doing something small market, in whatever media platform it might be, those are the folks that you want to reach. It doesn't help a local business to come on and advertise with us if their entire audience is in Idaho, but their business sits in Glenwood, Iowa, or Avoca, Iowa, or Council Bluffs, Iowa, or where have you. And that's why this platform is working so well, because that online algorithm works to show it to the right people.
Yeah. And let me lay it out this way too. You say well over 1 million views, and then our engagement rate is far exceeding 10%. We live in a county with 110,000 people, roughly.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
It's in that area.
But with that engagement rate, essentially what that means is that every person in the county is interacting with our content at some point. Now, not every single person, because we have a lot of repeat people, but that puts it in perspective of how local the audience is and what your actual reach kind of looks like.
Well, and as I run down, there's a reason why my phone's sitting out here. Usually you wouldn't see this.
We have notes today.
Because there's way too many numbers for me to just embed into my head with this. So something that has been a big part of what it is that we do. And you can see rolling right along here on the bottom of the screen that we have a scroll that shows you the local businesses and organizations that support what it is that we are doing. And we want to make sure that we're showing them love at the same time that they're showing us love. And that the scroll is just part of that. And from each show that we're doing, we are approaching 2 million impressions per show over the course of a year when somebody shows up in that. These are giant numbers, much, much bigger than I was even comprehending what it was that we were doing. This is showing me things that I hadn't even considered yet. And the reason that Kyle and I are sitting here talking about this right now is to give you a thanks for that, because it's the folks that live and work around Pottawattamie County, around Mills County. We've got folks in Harrison County that watch and pay attention to what it is that we're doing. And they're the reasons that we can see these types of numbers. And it's humbling to me to know that this is what's happening. The original concept for small market podcasting isn't that old. And I believed it would work. But when you get confirmation like this, it's, as I said, I'm running out of adjectives here to describe how it is that I'm feeling, because the words just don't seem big enough.
Yeah. And thanks to a lot of our sponsors, too.
Definitely.
These aren't just like randos. They're people that live here. And I've interacted with pretty much all of them.
Right. And
I have deep stories and connections to several of them, too, as well. I mean, Travis Waldstein's worked on my house.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy came out immediately within 20 minutes after the tornado destroyed my parents' house and was helping us get out there and just like, hey, did you grab the Social Security cards? Did you grab these things? And nobody's thinking about that.
No, you're all in shock.
So these are also like the people you have right here on the scroll are people we really like, know, and trust, and do great work in the community. So you're not getting ads from big national,
right?
So and so that people may or may not like. These are local people that live here and they care about the community, and they come and advertise with us, and we're super thankful for that. And in some of their stories, like Cindy's just did super well on the Mills County show. Mm-hmm. She got over 40 shares, which is pretty good. That's because
that's a big number.
And that's because people know, like, and trust her. And so that builds upon the community, and then helps the metrics and Facebook connect people in the right way.
Something else I think that we should mention is these numbers that we're talking about are organic.
Yeah, we're not paying.
And by the I mean, we are not paying the platforms to show it to more people. Yeah. We have just put it up there and let the internet do what it does.
We're not even Facebook blue check verified.
Nope.
We are real people.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Very real stuff here.
Yeah, this is not an AI generated. Well, isn't that what AI would say?
Probably. But I think too, the whole idea behind this format that makes it more successful than what I'm seeing other companies and other people do with social media is that it's conversational.
Yes.
And you cannot do it alone.
Right.
There's another half to this whole thing. And I think that's really one of the true markers that makes this stand out. It's not a trend. You're not copying what everybody else is doing or trying to stay on that cutting edge of entertainment stuff that people are watching on the bathroom at home or when they're trying to check out at work. When you view this kind of content, you're in a different mindset. You're here to learn, explore. You can also do it on your way to work. You can do it while you're at work. You can listen to these. Yeah. And this format it's a calmer format. There's no agenda here. We're not like there's no time limit. You do have notes, but that's pretty rare that we have any sort of notes. Yeah,
typically I don't have any. This is just because I wanted to make sure that I was accurately reporting. And there's each of the two shows that I host, Pottawattamie County Roots and Morning Coffee, are a little bit over 350,000 views each annually.
Yeah.
And taking a look at the early numbers from the Mills County Roots show, Carlene has hit a home run with what it is that she's done. 4 weeks in, she's already topped 50,000 views. And you take a look at the engagement, her engagement is higher than mine.
Yeah,
it's because that is an area that was ready and has responded very, very quickly. And that is just the beginning. My numbers now are higher than when I launched and continue to trend upwards. And even on the days that I see a slight dip in views, the engagement goes up. So that's how you know something is really resonating with people, because they're interacting with it. And whether it's hitting the like button or the share button or just clicking to open up the video so they can see it in a little bit better. I've heard from people who say they like to watch it on the big screen, so they will actually pull their phone up and then cast the video over to their big television to be able to watch it that way. Thank you very much. That's actually kind of a cool way of doing it. And just across the board, it makes sense with what it is that we're doing here. I have believed for a long time that local small market media is still needed. And what we have, while this is not a dig directly at anybody that works for these outlets, it's just the outlets themselves are not owned and operated by local people. And that means they don't really understand what's happening here. What should they be reporting on? What should they talk about? What does it actually mean when something happens and we can give more than just the bare minimum of facts because we were there. Yeah. We saw it with our own eyes. You know, when we talk about the Chamber of Commerce annual meeting that was a couple of weeks ago, we know about it because you and I were sitting at the same table. We were there listening. We, tasted the food. We were there for the toast at the end. All of that you lose when you have a national organization that maybe 1,000 to 1,500 miles away trying to tell you what's happening in your community. It can't be reported on correctly.
It can, yeah. And, just look at the diversity of our content. We interview, how many people do we interview every year?
It's
600.
It's a lot
now.
Yeah,
with where we're at now, and I would say 98% of those are probably people that would never get coverage by the news or the newspaper.
Right. Yeah, that's true. These stories that we are telling aren't being told anywhere else.
Yeah,
and it's important to tell these stories because we need to know what's going on in our area. It's important for people in Pottawattamie County to know what's happening in Mills County. It's important for people in Council Bluffs to know what's happening not only in town, but in some of the other areas that are closer by. All of it works together, and that is why it is growing, and this is just where it's at right now.
Yeah.
Where's it headed?
We just launched Carlene's show 2 weeks ago, and
we've launched a veteran show that is doing quite well.
Veteran show this week that's also doing well, and then
the sports show's coming.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
We're
very close.
Yeah, we're getting close. We've knocked enough on the table, but
very close to launch that ship, and I'm very excited about that. And this is a great time to insert a little ad for us.
Yeah.
But if you are a person that has a cool story, we need a lot of them. So reach out.
Mm-hmm.
We want to hear from you. Let us know what you guys care about. If you have a cool story, reach out about that. We'll potentially get you on the show.
Well, and here's the thing too, and we want to stress this, and for those who have watched, you already know this. We focus on positive stories. We're not saying that negative doesn't exist, but we want to make sure that the positive is being highlighted because for too long it's not been.
If you want the negative, turn the news on, get on TikTok. You'll find it.
Pretty much everywhere else.
If you want that on our channel, you're not going to find it. We're positive only, which I'm a little bit of a pessimist. So this has been new for me to be positive all the time.
Well, and there's times that we do talk about issues that are affecting the communities that are a problem.
Yeah.
But there is a positive way to look at it, and it's not about ignoring the negative or ignoring what needs to be fixed. It's about focusing on a solution.
Yep.
And that is positive. That's the positive
part of it.
Where
can we go and how can we make anything better in our community?
And just keep working on that. In the meantime, focusing on the positive stories encourages other positivity around. It's there's a quote that I had posted on my own personal page for a long time from Muhammad Ali, and there's many others that have said it in a different way, but the way that he worded it was, whatever you're thinking about, you're becoming. And that spoke to me all the way to my soul, that if you are sitting and thinking about nothing but negativity, that's all you see, and that's all that comes into your life. When you think about positive, then that's what you see. And you start to seek out other positive stories, and then you start to create them. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And am I having a therapy session?
Well, yeah, I think the new term on the block is like manifest.
Right.
But it's an old concept.
And I have a theory about that too. And again, I'm not an expert about any of this
It's the
stuff.
old Gandhi saying,
right?
Be what you want to see.
Right. But what I believe is the more you think about something, it's not, for me, it's not that there's some magical or mystic power that's just giving me what it is that I want. What's happening is I am taking things from my conscious mind and putting it into my subconscious mind. And then I start to see things that already existed, but I wasn't paying attention to. That's where the positivity grows, because we have positive and negative all the way around us. As an example, you ever been out on the road and you're just saying to yourself, why is everybody driving like an idiot today? You ever had that happen? I do.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is they're not driving any different. I'm just more hyper-focused on the negative.
Yeah.
And that's why I see it more. When I am thinking about the positive and everybody seems to be driving well, one person cutting me off and moving on doesn't even faze me, because I've been focused on all of the positivity that's going on around me. That's an example of how do you manifest that. You just see things that are already there.
That's what we do.
So there you go. That's
we see things and we tell you.
Yep.
Well, we bring people in to tell you. We don't even tell you.
That's true. You know, the most talking that I do on these shows when I have a guest is usually with you.
Yeah.
Because we don't do interviews. I'm not asking questions typically. We are just exchanging information back and forth.
Yeah.
These that you and I do are a little bit different. So this today was designed to be a fact-sharing mission of what we are seeing currently, which the cool part about this platform is we can track it. We can see specifically. We're not going so deep to know exactly who you are, but we do know that the numbers of where people are listening is local, well over 90%. And the rest of them, close enough that they could drive here in a few hours, even the ones that are the one-offs. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't have views from a long ways away. So if you have an interest in being a part of this, whether you have a story to tell, whether you want to make it something more frequent and want to talk about sponsorships, we'd love to have those conversations. And it's something that I like to say a lot is, you know, the conversation part, that's always free. We're just fact-finding with that, seeing how if what we are doing can benefit your business. I believe firmly that I will never know your business as well as you do. I can tell you what it is that Kyle and I do here, and it's up to you to decide, is this a match for me? Is this what is best for my business? And if that answer is no, then I'm going to respect that, because sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it doesn't make sense for that. We're going to listen. We're going to truly listen. And that's something else that I believe sets us apart. There's no high pressure here.
No pressure, no?
No. We're just talking.
I mean, that door is locked and I can't leave, but.
Yes, we've turned the studios on Willow into an escape room. That might be a new business.
There are no escape rooms in Council Bluffs.
No, there used to be.
As far as I know.
Yeah, there used to be, but I don't think they're there anymore.
I got to end on a funny note, so.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm Kyle, and this is Todd.
And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all of the support, for the continuing to watch, to comment, to share everything that's been happening. We can't do this. This is a collaborative thing. This is a community effort, and not just for one town, but across a region. That's how this works. The online platform takes everybody working together, and that's what has happened. And I'm feeling it right here. So thank you so much. And you go back to work already, Wayne. We got stuff to do.
We do have stuff to do.
All right. Well, did you wake up this morning and find one of your drains clogged? Maybe there was a faucet leaking, or you're in the market for a big remodel project in your home or place of business. That's why you need to get a hold of Waldstein Plumbing. They have you covered with fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, handling everything from small repairs to major installations. They're locally owned and trusted and take pride in doing the job right the first time. Give them a call. Visit them online at waldsteinplumbing.com. And Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it's hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, smoke, and that often leads to mold and leaves you with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. Professional. Service Master Restore by Schmader restores your space by offering quality commercial and residential restoration services all across Southwest Iowa. Call 402-339-9911. Well, what did you think about those stats? And to be honest, it's not us. It's you. You are the ones that are watching. You are the ones that are desiring the type of content that we are producing here. And we want to say thank you, as I mentioned before, for everything that you have done so far as we have been working on this platform. And we've got a lot more coming, more shows on the way. There is just so much to do. And we're looking forward to bringing more of it to you. That's going to wrap up today's show. My name is Todd Studer, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning.